Hello ladies and gentlemen, NeoJBez here. Wanted to do a series of tutorials showing you how to use OBS and answer some questions that we've had in the Twitch streamers forums about how you do this, how you do that. And so I thought I would start off by showing you very briefly how OBS works in case you've never used it before. Those of you that have seen this before, you can fast forward, maybe even skip to the next video. Those of you who haven't, or who want to learn a little bit more how to streamline your workflow when you're making something, I'm going to go ahead and show you. Right now, when you first open the program, you're not streaming anything, and you can preview what your stream would look like without recording and without streaming by just hitting preview stream. Mine is saying ignore right now because I have this recording software that's recording me doing all this, and it doesn't hook into OBS very well, so it gives me that error. But anyway, you want to make sure that edit scene is checked, so if you add anything, you can move it around wherever you want. Right now, the first thing I would tell you is that OBS is a series of scenes and a series of sources. Now, a scene is basically sources are anything from images to window captures, game captures that you're actually watching a game, whatever. Those are sources. Okay, global sources are when you choose to add something. You can actually add a global source to a scene. Global sources are things that you have chosen to make global sources because you use them often, and you get a list of global sources. So now, instead of saying I want to add something new to a new scene, I want to add a monitor capture, and I have to name it, and I have to hit OK, and I have to decide what monitor, whether I want the cursor to be shown, and all these options. Instead of doing that, I can right click, go to add, go to global source, and if I already have a window capture, monitor capture in here, I just click on it, boom, it pops up. Just to give you an idea, I'm going to add a monitor capture. I'm not going to change the name. I'm going to hit OK. And like what it's doing is it's taking my entire monitor taskbar and program that's open and it's capturing it and throwing it into the stream window. And I can do weird things with it. Okay, but that's a source. Okay, inside a scene is a bunch of sources that all work together. The way I'm going to show that off is I have a CC Fish graphic from the Christian Crew Gaming forums. Okay, this scene is called 24/7 bot. The reason it's called that is because I thought, hey, it's question mark. You might notice, hey, if we aren't streaming actively, I don't know if I can stream all the time because my internet service probably go crazy. But if I could, stream all the time in between the other shows, I would stream like a jukebox, right? People would turn it on like Spotify. The thing is, it would be Ace artists. And so the only thing that people would see would be Ace artists' music, and wouldn't be violating anybody's copyright. Nobody would say take this down, and so on and so forth. So this was a scene I wanted to try out. I tried it out one night and it worked out pretty good. And by the way, I'd like to say that this is telling me that I'm in the green, that if anybody were watching this as a stream right now, that around 1900 kb a second, they would not be getting any skipping. They would see the perfect animation. I record in 1080p, but I downscale to 720p, so they would be seeing this in 720p. Green means everything's going good. 1905 kb a second means I'm literally right there at the bit rate that I have chosen. I'm not going to go into bit rates. I'm not going to go into resolutions because if I go in that, there's too many other great tutorials out there by CC members. If you want to learn about this stuff, there is a fantastic tutorial by Samarade. I'm absolutely positive that Grid has also covered this issue. This is not something that you need me for, so we're going to forget about that for now. But this is the CC Fish source, and I have a text source that is 1 John 4:11, beloved, if God so loved us, we also ought to love one another. And these are sources. The text one, I can hit properties, and it will tell you that it is just text. All I did was enter text into a box. Choose what's font, color, opacity, yada, yada, yada. Hit OK. And it was inside this box. Now, the only reason there's red around it is because it's highlighted and I've got edit scene turned on. If I turn it off, there it goes. If I want it bigger or smaller, I can edit the scene, stretch it, whatever I want to do. Okay? Well, I have an Ace Icon graphic that I've added. I've got a CC seal that I've added. Now this is interesting because it's not a graphic. It's actually, here's the properties, it's actually an MP4 move feed. But it is supposed to be transparent. And look at that. You can see through it. The reason that's important is because, you want to be able to see stuff, but how that's done is as important as the fact that I did it. And that is because there's ways that you can color key and chroma key things in such a way that I'll show you this in another tutorial. But essentially, I'm adding things as we go. We have an artist showcase, which is we're showing off Christian Crew Ace members' music, right? And now playing is a big text thing that says all music is by CC Gaming Ace Artists. I'm turning these on as I go. I have a border. This border right here goes around a spectrum analyzer that I'm going to show you how to put in. Social pop-ups is this little thing that tells you our Twitter, our Facebook, our YouTube, where to go to donate on PayPal, you name it, it's there. Now I'm going to add a couple of sources to this scene so you understand the difference between a text field, an image field, maybe a movie over here. This is a source, literally, if I right-click on social pop-ups, it's a source called the CLR browser. I'm not going to go into what the CLR browser can do. That is a tutorial all in and of itself, but the CLR browser can do some really great, really cool things. People ask, what is the difference between regular Open Broadcaster software, which this is right here, and the Open Broadcaster multi-platform, or OBS Studio, which is this one. And I'll get around to the differences soon enough, but the most obvious one, obviously, is one of scale. What they did was they rewrote OBS from the ground up, and when they did, they added some things that were plugins in the original program where they are always in this program, and some things that were in this program are now plugins in this one, so they're optional. But the main thing I want to do right now, this tutorial, is just to show you this is a scene. Here's a pre-show scene. When I'm about to stream and I'm getting my game ready or whatever, this is what you would see. When I'm talking, I don't want that loading there anymore, and I got rid of the CC seal on this particular one. When I'm actively gaming, you don't see any of that. The game would be here. The only thing on top of it would be the chat from the Twitch channel, social pop-ups. Here's our Steam, for example, and my overlay that says my name and follow us and so on. Post-show is very similar. It says thanks for watching, but the Ace matrix code stuff comes back. And then I've got other scenes I've made for other things. This is Captain America. I made a color changing, color fading overlay for him, and as you watch, see it slowly changes like the fiber optics in a limousine or something. Yeah, I used to be a chauffeur, sorry, but fiber optics in the car all along the back, they would color change like this. And I've got a thing called the Rocket League test, which is basically, if I turn this image on, this is a static image from Rocket League. A Twitcher might put his driver cam here, and he might put his this is his score, and this is his boost percentage, and if you look, this says 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. But you'll notice it's in red, white, and blue, like Captain America's colors, and you'll notice that it's animated with lights, but it says custom all this. Well, this is actually, I can turn the top bar on without the animation, and it's red, white, and blue. It says Captain America, so that's what that's about. But this was another attempt at making something cool for Captain America, who all I had to do was ask. You ask, I'll make something for you. But anyway, let's get back to this spot, because I've got something I want to add to this spot. This artist showcase is supposed to play music. Now, oddly enough, I'm not going to play Ace music. I'm going to play a mashup that I enjoy lately, thinking of using in a game video. But I have the original Winamp visualizer, and This is one of the classic classic spectrum analyzer settings. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit play. And hopefully this isn't too loud. You can still hear me. I'm going by what it sounds like in my headphones. So hopefully you can hear it, but I'm not, not too bad. Anyway, I want to right click over here. I'm going to say add source. In this case, I want to go to window capture. And I want to call this spectrum analyzer. Whoa! What I want to do is I get this window and it says window capture. Well, I hit refresh and it's got this list. No, I am not currently playing Forza Motorsport 6 Apex, but it was the last game I played. That's why it's still on the list. Microsoft Solitaire Collection. Yes, I admit I played some Freestyle earlier. Yes, I used the calculator earlier. Just remembering things I did recently. But I wanted to say Classic Spectrum Analyzer. And then I want to hit Subregion. And instead of setting positions and sizes, I say Select Region. Look at that. It pops up on the spectrum analyzer. Now I just want to cut off the bottom, cut off the top, make it just a little, well, once you click out of that box, you're done. I hit OK. Now I've got a spectrum analyzer and I've got edit scene turned on, so I can literally size this at will, whatever. Ever so slightly bigger than my border, but that's okay. Because I can right click and tell my border to go to the top. So now it's above that spectrum analyzer. Well, I also want another one. I'll say add window capture. I want to call this one artist information. What I want is to subregion. It's subregion this entire Winamp window. I'm going to take it from the timer to the end of the name of the file, which is right about here. When I'm done and I click out of that box and I hit OK, I now have artist information. And I can scale this up just like any other window. And now you can see the spectrum analyzer of the music. You can see the name of the song, how much time is left, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, anyway, I'm not really a dubstep fan, but that song is genius. You'll have to listen to the whole thing one day and you'll understand. But anyway, so if I click off edit scene, that red box will go away because nothing's highlighted. But you can see this is a scene. It was built little by little. Okay? Here's the thing. This ace symbol, I'm only using it on this scene. But you'll notice that my pre-show, my talking, my actually active gaming, and my post-show, they all have things in common, which include the social pop-ups right here, the overlay at the top and bottom of the screen, the matrix code, all that stuff. So what I did was when I created them, I didn't just create them. I told them I wanted them to be global sources. A global source is something that you can reuse over and over and over again. The CC seal, boom, there it is. Now I can edit scene, move it where I want, change the size of it, whatever. I can get rid of it because I just don't want it in this scene. But the point is that it is a global source. So I don't have to right click and go, window capture, let me figure out what region of the screen I want. I don't have to do all that. I just say global source. Let's say CC seal again. Boom, there's a CC seal again. It's a global source.